In this video, we are diving into the world of centralized cryptocurrency exchanges and highlighting 6 common mistakes that users often make. By being aware of these pitfalls, you can navigate the crypto landscape more safely and effectively.
Money moves fast, better stay on track. Stocks and crypto, we ain't looking back. Charts go up, we ride that wave. Big bulls run when we make that play. Hey, stack and flip and watch it rise. Millionaire mindset in my eyes. Chips get bought, we strategize. Stay in the game, we maximize.
Imagine waking up to find your crypto portfolio wiped out, not due to a hack, but because of a simple oversight in security. Or consider making a trade, confident in your strategy, only to discover months later during tax season that you owe taxes on gains you never actually cashed out. These scenarios are all too common among users of centralized cryptocurrency exchanges. Today, I'll share 6 major mistakes to avoid so you don't have to learn the hard way as I did. Welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Valdez, and I specialize in blockchain technology and its transformative power to create value for organizations and end users alike. Now let's dive into the first mistake on the list. First up, neglecting security measures on centralized exchanges, prime targets for hackers due to the vast amounts of assets they hold. Failing to implement robust security can lead to significant losses. Imagine this. John, a casual crypto investor, has been trading on a centralized exchange for months, relying only on his email and password for access. One day, he receives an official-looking email warning of suspicious activity and urging him to verify his account. Without hesitation, he clicks the link and enters his credentials. What he didn't realize, it was a phishing attack. Hackers now have full access to his account. Within minutes, his entire portfolio is drained into an external wallet. By the time John contacts customer support, it's too late. Most exchanges offer chat-based support with response times exceeding 24 hours. While security measures exist, protecting the account was his responsibility. Without two-factor authentication, the hackers needed only his stolen credentials to take everything. While exchanges implement security protocols, users must also take precautions. Relying solely on the exchange's security without enabling personal safeguards is a common oversight. To protect your assets, always enable two-factor authentication, use strong, unique passwords, and consider withdrawing your funds to a personal hardware wallet for long-term storage. But guess what? Scammers are becoming more sophisticated every day, and they have found a way to vulnerate your two-factor authentication, the SIM card swap. This is another critical security oversight that many crypto users fall victim to, is SIM swapping. According to a recent Forbes article, SIM swapping has seen a significant rise in recent years, with estimates indicating that this type of fraud has led to losses of over $100 million globally. In fact, the FBI reported that SIM swap scams alone caused $68 million in losses in 2020. It's a rapidly growing issue that's impacting more people than ever. This is where a hacker manages to take control of your phone number by convincing your mobile carrier to transfer it to a new SIM card. Once they have control of your number, they can intercept your calls, texts, and, most dangerously, your two-factor authentication codes. With access to your two-factor authentication codes, a hacker can easily bypass security measures on exchanges or wallets, gaining access to your funds. It's a sneaky attack that often goes unnoticed until it's too late. To protect yourself, always set up additional security measures with your mobile carrier or password on your account, and consider using more secure methods for 2FA like an authenticator app or hardware tokens. By taking these simple precautions, you'll make it much harder for someone to hijack your phone number and get access to your accounts. Cryptocurrency assets are not insured by the United States Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC. The FDIC insures deposits at insured banks and savings associations up to $250,000 per depositor per insured bank for each account ownership category. This coverage applies to traditional deposit accounts such as checking and savings accounts, but it does not extend to crypto assets. In fact, in August 2022, the FDIC issued cease and desist letters to several crypto companies, including FTX US, for making false claims about FDIC insurance coverage for crypto assets. Regarding similar organizations in Latin American countries and Europe, deposit insurance schemes typically cover traditional banking deposits and do not extend to cryptocurrency holdings. In the European Union, the Deposit Guarantee Schemes Directive, DGSD, safeguards depositors by ensuring eligible deposits up to $100,000 per depositor per institution. This protection applies to traditional bank deposits, such as savings and checking accounts, but does not extend to cryptocurrencies or digital assets. For example, the Central Bank of Ireland administers a deposit guarantee scheme covering deposits in banks, building societies, and credit unions, explicitly excluding crypto assets. Similarly, in Latin America, deposit insurance frameworks vary by country, but generally focus on traditional banking deposits. These schemes do not cover cryptocurrencies, leaving crypto holders without the protective umbrella of national deposit insurance. For instance, while some Latin American countries are exploring the adoption of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, to enhance financial inclusion and payment systems, there is currently no deposit insurance coverage for private cryptocurrencies in the region. It's essential for individuals engaging in digital assets investments to recognize that, unlike traditional bank deposits, their digital assets are not protected by government-backed insurance schemes. This lack of coverage underscores the importance of implementing robust personal security measures and considering private insurance options to safeguard crypto holdings. It's crucial for cryptocurrency users to understand that their digital assets are not protected by government-backed insurance schemes. Therefore, implementing strong personal security measures and considering the use of hardware wallets for storage is essential. If you are finding value in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your feedback is invaluable and guides me in creating content that truly resonates with your interests. Next up, let's move on to mistake number 2, keeping their funds on the exchange. While it's convenient for trading, storing large amounts of cryptocurrency on an exchange can expose you to serious risks, like hacks or the exchange freezing withdrawals when you need access the most. Exchanges are vulnerable, and we've seen it happen. In some cases, users have completely lost access to their funds due to security breaches or regulatory issues. A notable example is FTX, once one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges, which collapsed in November 2022. FTX filed for bankruptcy amidst accusations of mismanagement and misuse of customer funds, leaving thousands of users unable to access their assets. This case really highlights the risks of keeping your funds on centralized platforms. But FTX isn't the only exchange that's faced major issues. Celsius Network, a popular crypto lending platform, filed for bankruptcy in July 2022, locking up $4.2 billion in assets across 600,000 account holders. Then there's Voyager Digital, also in July 2022, another exchange that collapsed, affecting countless users who had deposited funds on the platform. To protect yourself, consider withdrawing your funds to a personal wallet where you control the private keys. Not your keys, not your coins. For a deeper understanding of the importance of controlling your private keys and ensuring the security of your crypto assets, be sure to watch my video titled, Not Your Keys, Not Your Crypto. In it, I delve into real-world examples and provide practical tips to safeguard your digital assets. Click the link at the end of this video to access it. But before you click, I must say this. Crypto is risky, and every decision you make should be based on your own research and risk tolerance. I'm here to share insights, but at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own financial choices. So, don't just take my word for it. Analyze, verify, and if needed, consult with a licensed financial professional before making any big moves. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's get back to our main topic. One of the biggest traps in the crypto space, phishing attacks. This is mistake number 3, and it ties directly to the first mistake we discussed earlier. Cybercriminals are constantly looking for ways to steal your credentials and drain your funds, and one of the most common tactics they use is impersonating legitimate exchanges. These scams can be highly sophisticated, with fake websites, emails, and text messages carefully designed to mimic legitimate platforms, deceiving users into unknowingly providing their login credentials. For example, attackers might create a fake version of a well-known exchange like Coinbase or Binance. The website might have the same logo, layout, and colors. Everything looks legit, but if you take a closer look, you'll notice something's off. The domain name might have an extra letter or a different extension, like coinbase.support.com instead of coinbase.com. This is called typo squatting, or homograph attack, where scammers slightly modify domain names to trick users. It's a common trick used by scammers to steal your login details. Phishing emails work the same way. You might receive an email saying your account has been compromised or that you need to verify your identity. The goal? To make you panic and click on a link before thinking. But remember, legitimate exchanges will never ask you for passwords, two-factor authentication codes, or personal information via email or text. If you receive a message asking for these details, it's a scam. No exceptions. Here's how you can spot a phishing attack before it's too late. Look for typo squatting, double-check domain names before clicking. Beware of urgency. Scammers try to make you act fast by threatening to freeze your account. Never enter login details via links. Always visit the official exchange website manually. Enable security features like anti-phishing codes and two-factor authentication. Speaking of anti-phishing codes, some exchanges offer built-in protections to help you verify legitimate communications. Crypto.com and Binance.us allow users to set up personalized anti-phishing codes, which appear in all official emails from the exchange. If an email doesn't include your code, you know it's fake. Here I show how to create your phishing code in Binance. Once you entered your credentials and are logged into your account, access security settings by hovering over the profile icon in the top right corner. From the drop-down menu, click on Security. There you will be able to set up your two-factor authentication, and by scrolling down, you find the anti-phishing code option. Click on Create Phishing Code to begin the setup process. A prompt will appear asking you to enter your desired code. Your code should be between 4 to 20 characters and can include letters and numbers. Choose a code that is easy for you to recognize but hard for others to guess. Then, follow the instructions to complete the security verification process. Once verified, a confirmation message will appear indicating that your anti-phishing code has been successfully set up. From now on, all official emails from Binance will include this code. If you receive an email without your code, it's a red flag for potential phishing. A similar process will be followed to set up your anti-phishing code in the Crypto.com app. Tap on the 3 horizontal lines, also called the hamburger icon, in the top left corner of your screen to access a list of menu options. Scroll down to the end and select the Settings option, then select Security and we'll find another set of menu options. Select Anti-Phishing Code. Enter a minimum of 4 to a maximum of 20 characters, but only letters, numbers, or a combination of both, but no special characters. Then follow the instructions to complete this process. It is that simple. Coinbase, however, does not offer this feature. Instead, they focus on education and phishing awareness. In fact, Coinbase provides extensive learning materials to help users recognize scams and avoid common pitfalls. Now, if you ever receive a suspicious email or message claiming to be from your exchange, report it immediately. Here's how. Crypto.com provides a verification tool where you can check if an email or website is legitimate. Coinbase allows users to report phishing attempts by forwarding suspicious emails to securitycoinbase.com. Binance.us has dedicated channels for users to report phishing attacks directly to their support team. Bottom line? Be skeptical. Don't trust links, double-check URLs, and never share your login details. And if something seems suspicious, report it. The more we stay aware, the harder we make it for scammers to succeed. Now, let's move on to the next big mistake crypto users make. Ignoring regulatory and compliance issues is another common mistake. Operating on unregulated exchanges can expose you to legal risks and potential loss of funds. Some exchanges have faced legal actions leading to fines or shutdowns which can impact users' access to their assets. Several cryptocurrency exchanges, including MeXC, have ceased providing services to U.S. customers primarily due to regulatory challenges. The U.S. has stringent regulations governing cryptocurrency operations, and exchanges often find it complex and costly to comply with these requirements. As a result, platforms like MEXC have opted to restrict access for U.S. users. According to a review, MEXC does not provide services to users in the United States. Regulatory restrictions prevent U.S. citizens from registering or trading on the platform. MEXC informed its U.S. customers through its website via in-app messages to ensure users are aware of the changes and can take necessary actions like withdrawing their funds. Now, let's talk about something that catches a lot of crypto users off guard: delisting. Have you ever checked your exchange only to find out that a token you own is suddenly no longer available? Well, that's called delisting, and it can happen for a few key reasons. First, there's regulatory compliance. If a token faces government scrutiny or fails to meet local legal requirements, exchanges might delist it to avoid legal trouble. In 2022, Binance US delisted Engine Coin along with several other tokens, largely due to regulatory concerns and market conditions. Second, we have low trading volume and liquidity. If a token isn't actively traded, it becomes harder to buy or sell, and exchanges may find it too risky or unprofitable to keep it listed. Project issues can also result in delisting. If a crypto project is abandoned, lacks ongoing development, or, let's be frank, turns out to be a scam, exchanges will remove the token to safeguard their users. So, what does this mean for you? If a token you own gets delisted, it can impact your ability to trade or withdraw it. That's why it's important to stay informed about the tokens you purchase. Now I'm curious, has this ever happened to you? Have you ever owned a token that got delisted? Drop a note in the comments below and share your experience with us. I'd love to hear your stories and how you handled it. Mistake number 5, overlooking fees and costs. Before choosing an exchange, compare fee structures and consider how they align with your investment goals. Being mindful of these costs can help you maximize your returns. Let's dive into how exchanges stack up when it comes to fees, because those fees can eat into your profits if you're not careful. First up, we have Crypto.com. The platform employs a tiered fee system based on your 30-day trading volume. For high-frequency traders, fees can be as low as 0.04% for makers and 0.10% for takers. However, if you are new and using debit cards, they must operate under Visa or MasterCard to deposit funds. Be aware of a 2.99% fee. If a credit card is used, be aware of your credit card fees, as they will be treated as cash advances and your credit card will charge you a fee for that. Do a wire transfer not to be charged the 2.99% fee. Next, we have Coinbase. Known for its user-friendly interface, Coinbase charges a spread of about 0.50% for cryptocurrency purchases and sales, plus a flat fee that varies based on the transaction amount. For example, transactions between $50 and $200 incur a fee of $2.99. For lower fees, you can use Coinbase's advanced trade feature, where fees range from 0.05% to 0.60%, depending on your trading volume. Lastly, Binance.us is known for having some of the lowest fees in the market, usually around 0.10% for both makers and takers. For high-volume traders, these fees can be further reduced, potentially lowering to as low as 0.02%. However, it's important to note that purchasing cryptocurrencies using a credit or debit card incurs a higher fee of 3.49%, which is higher compared to Crypto.com's fee of 2.99% for similar transactions. So, here's the takeaway. If you're a high-volume trader seeking low fees, Crypto.com and Binance.us offer competitive rates. To minimize deposit fees on Crypto.com, it's advisable to use bank transfers instead of credit cards if you want to avoid the 2.99% credit card fee. Coinbase is best if you're just starting out, thanks to its user-friendly interface. But once you get the hang of trading, switching to Coinbase's advanced trade will help you save on fees. Bottom line, pick the exchange that fits your experience level and trading style, and always double-check the latest fee structures before making a move. Moving on to mistake number 6, swapping or exchanging one cryptocurrency for another is a common practice among crypto enthusiasts. However, it's crucial to understand that such transactions are considered taxable events. What does swapping mean? Swapping involves trading one type of cryptocurrency for another. For example, exchanging Bitcoin for Ethereum is a swap. While no fiat currency is involved, the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, treats this as a sale of the original asset. When you exchange one cryptocurrency for another, the IRS treats this as a taxable event. You're considered to have sold the first asset at its fair market value in US dollars at the time of the transaction, resulting in a capital gain or loss depending on the asset's value change since acquisition. This gain or loss must be reported on your tax return even if no actual cash was involved. A significant risk arises if the new cryptocurrency you acquire decreases in value after the swap. You're still liable for taxes on the initial capital gain from the swap, even though your overall portfolio value has declined. This scenario can lead to a situation where you owe taxes on phantom gains, profits that have effectively vanished due to market fluctuations. it's essential to set aside funds to cover potential tax liabilities at the time of the transaction to avoid financial strain later. I learned this lesson the hard way. I swapped a cryptocurrency at a gain, but didn't account for the tax liability. When the new asset's value plummeted, I was left with a tax bill I hadn't prepared for. This experience underscored the importance of understanding the tax implications of every crypto transaction and ensuring you're financially prepared to meet any associated tax obligations. So here is a key takeaway. Always consider the tax consequences before engaging in crypto swaps. Keep detailed records of all transactions, including dates, amounts, and market values, to accurately report to tax authorities and avoid unexpected liabilities. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What topic should I dive into next? Together, we'll keep unlocking the world of digital assets and blockchain. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and make informed decisions.
Money moves fast, better stay on track. Stocks and crypto, we ain't looking back. Charts go up, we ride that wave. Big bulls run when we make that play. Hey, stack and flip and watch it rise. Millionaire mindset in my eyes. Chips get bought, we strategize. Stay in the game, we maximize.